What's up, everybody? I am Sifu Rafi Dudarian. Happy New Year to you. I hope you're having a great day. We're going to jump right in with a JKD video for Black Belt Magazine. This is my student Mike. He's going to help me out. We're going to be doing some JKD style trapping with the pads just to make it a little more realistic. So we're going to start with just a basic pak sao entry. So when Mike has his hands up, as you can see, there is an obstruction here, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is use my slat block, my pak sao, to knock the obstruction down, to make a line, to get my technique off. So, you know, it can be a back fist, a straight punch, a chop, whatever you like. It's up to you. The meat and potatoes of this is to just understand that we're working the slap or the pak sao trap to knock down the obstruction to hit the other guy. One thing that has always been impressed upon me by my teachers is never forget trapping. The purpose of trapping is to hit your opponent. I can remember the late Sifu Larry Hartzell. I was lucky enough to have a few seminars with him, and he said that a couple of times. Don't get so caught up in the trapping you forget the purpose of it. It's to hit the other guy. So when I come in, I'm going to just show it slowly. I'm going to knock it down and just strike the pad. Let's just switch spots, Mike. Okay, so from here, I come in slat block, that opens up a line. I can throw the jab. If he's got it here, I throw my back fist. If he's got it here, I come in with the sat sao. It's pretty basic. That's trapping 101. So what we can take it from there would be if we had different responses. So when I come in and I slap and I hit, okay, he's sort of holding center line for me, okay? So that's pretty easy here, but let's just say he crosses, okay? So when I come in here, he crosses here, way wide. I'm gonna come up, and when I pull it down, he's just gonna step back, open up the pad on the other side, and give me a target to hit, okay? So when I come here, 1, and then he comes up here, 2, okay? In reality, if we didn't have the pads on, I would trap his arm down, okay? So when we go here, we go 1, 2, okay? So once we get that basic trap down, we'll just play with the entries a little bit. So I'm going to go low with my punch. So I throw a low punch and he bites on it, he goes here. Now I want to come up and hit, but I'm just going to come in with trap first, my pak sao trap, and strike the pad. Okay, so I go low, here like that. Okay, from here. One more time. All right, so just a low punch to the pak sao trap, and I come up with my back fist. When we talk about trapping, sometimes we'll add on some of the ABCs, the attack by combinations I did in one of my earlier videos. And that simply is just, you know, a way to vary the training. If in reality, if I were in trapping range, I want to stay there, or to go to clinching range or grappling range to finish it. But for training, sometimes we'll start here in trapping range. So I might come in, maybe I go low, then I come up high, and then I finish with 1, 2, 3, and then he bites back, and I give him a roundhouse kick. So you can make up any combinations you want, just as long as they make sense. They're not written in stone. In the curriculum I teach, which is the one that my teacher Guru Dan Inosanto, and of course Sifu Kevin Seaman teach as well. We would start here with basic pak sao trap, okay? Then he goes back and he gives me my reference points, let's say a cross, a hook, and a cross, and then he goes back and I come in with my roundhouse kick. Pretty straightforward stuff. Again, it adds variety to your training. If you want some examples of those ABCs, you can go back into my other video where we did the cross and the uppercut and the cross, the 3 straights, and so on and so forth. A lot of good variety there. So now let's get into some countering. So if I throw my punch, he's going to give me a lead block. So I throw my punch and it comes, I'm going to take that around, and as my arm is coming here, I'm going to trap and hit. It's commonly referred to as swinging gait. So we go here, he throws a punch, and I come in with my technique. Okay? So the idea is, once we're in trapping range, we want to go to clinching or continue the hitting. We don't want to stay there and keep trapping and trapping and trapping. You want to get to the point where you're just striking. Now, in that particular technique, when I went here, Mike had the pad here. Let's just say for a second, he comes in and he shows me the back of it. Okay, so just a little slower. He comes in here. When I get this, I'm going to come up and trap it down, and there's my technique. Okay, so from here I go 1, and he gives you the back of it. I come up, I trap it down, and then I can go satsao or gua choi back fist, straight punch, whatever you like. So just from here, so here, 1, 2. Okay. So this next technique will involve hit before. So here's here. So before I get into anything else, I'm going to come in here and I can throw an uppercut. You want to throw that carefully on your partner. Just show it. It could also be, instead of the uppercut, you could just strike straight in to the ribs off of your paksao. You can see what my hand is doing. I come in and hit him here, and that could send him back a little bit, and we could go into more hitting. So if I'm here and I come in with my paksao and he blocked, or I hit it, or this could also be interpreted as a block right now, so there's an obstruction here. So my next technique would be to throw the uppercut, which might send him back, and then I go hook, cross, and then I come back in with my roundhouse kick again. So you can play around with that as much as you want. The whole idea of Jeet-Kune-Do is to find the path that works best for you. On this next technique, Mike's going to give me an outward block. Now, it might not be like a traditional, like a Wing Chun block, which would stop here. He's going to over-exaggerate it. So, in other words, when I throw the punch, it sends me out, okay? So he's giving me like a really hard, powerful kind of a block, and that sends my punch away. So at this point, when I go here, I'm going to check in here, and there's my back fist, okay? So we go here. Okay, let's just show it from this side. So slowly, here's the block. I come in, I just cut it here, just as a check. I throw my back fist. So one more time with just the back fist. And then I would add in secondary, or rather, punches afterwards. So I go here, 1, 2, 4, and then I finish ground kick. And those are just some examples of how you can incorporate trapping with the pad work, make it a little more realistic. Thanks guys, I hope you liked the video. Say something in the comments.